Hey everyone, Mr. Armitage here, and in this video we are starting this Bubbafish activity for calculating confidence intervals for proportions. So in this activity we see here, both on my screen and in your OneNote page as well, a sheet with 600 numbers next to squares. Okay. So each square represents one fish. Now these Bubba fish, let's say, okay, they're regular fish, uh, but the filled in squares, so the dark ones there, the black ones, are fish that have three eyes, like Blinky from The Simpsons. And the others, just the squares that are not filled in, regular fish, only two eyes. Okay. And so our job is to try to estimate the actual proportion of fish with three eyes. Okay. Now, here, of course, we have this entire population here, so we could figure out what the actual value is, but that would take a long time. And often we don't actually have that ability. We don't have the ability to check the entire population. So we're going to take a sample and then calculate the proportion that way, or our estimate of the proportion. So on the sheet here, right, each square has a number next to it between 1 and 600. Okay, so we need 50 random numbers because 50 is going to be our sample size. And I have them already generated up there. You will just have to click the link on your page to open up this same one, and it will give you 50 random numbers sorted so it's easy to identify. So what I'm going to do first is simply highlight whichever ones are on my list. Okay, so the first one is 4. Actually, instead of highlighting, I'm just going to do a little mark next to it. Okay, so 4, 6, 18, 20, 21. Okay, and you would go on and on like that until you have all 50 of them marked or labeled. Okay, so through the magic of pausing the video, I marked all of the fish who I had random numbers for. Okay, so I'm done with those random numbers. They can go away. Cool. Now what we need is we've taken a sample of 50. The sample are the fish we selected here. So our sample size is 50, n equals 50. What proportion of our sample has that third eye? What proportion is filled in? So let's take a look here. Okay, so going down just the ones that are marked. Okay, I have one right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that seems to be it. Okay. So I just went down each individual column and just saw like, okay, this one that I picked before, is it shaded in or not? If it is, yes, I counted it. So shaded equals 11. Okay. Now for our proportion, that's simply, we're going to use the letter P to represent it. And specifically, since this is an estimate, we are going to call it P hat. Okay. Because this isn't the actual proportion of the population, it's just our estimate of the proportion based on our sample. So we had 11 out of 50 that were shaded in, which gives a proportion of 0.22. So this here, this number, is what I'll enter into the form as my estimate of the proportion.